Here we have verse 19 of the 11th chapter of the Gospel of John. Jesus has arrived at Bethany, to the region where the home is found of Lazarus, who's deceased, along with his two sisters, Mary and Martha. And of course, as he arrives, we're advised by John that there was a general lamentation going on with respect to the death of Lazarus, as these people had come from Jerusalem who were there to comfort them. And we have John describing the scene in verse 19, poloi. The word means much or many, depending on whether it's singular or plural. Here it's plural, of course, masculine, plural, nominative, so many, literally many men, but of course it's generic, so many people. De, this postpositive conjunction, but many, ek, out of, preposition, takes the genitive. Tone, the genitive, plural, masculine article of the Udaion, Jews, again genitive, plural. So many out of the Jews, literally, or many of the Jews, the Jewish people. Allelutheson. This is from erkomai, to come. This is the third person plural pluperfect, active indicative. The pluperfect, fairly rare in the New Testament, but it is occasionally used. In English, we insert the word had to translate the pluperfect, and so many of the Jews had come, from erkomai. Pros, the preposition, takes the accusative, usually used in connection with motion, moving towards something, so had come to. Tain, the accusative, singular, feminine article. Tain, the Marthon, the Martha. Kai Mariam, the Mary. Of course, the use of the article is not translated, so many had come to Martha and Mary. Hina takes the subjunctive, as we find it here, paramuthesontai. Paramuthesontai is from a word that means to comfort. It's a word that is used fairly rarely in the New Testament, but it has to do with comforting, particularly in connection with the grief of one that might have experienced the loss of someone beloved, as we find is the case here. So these had come in the subjunctive. This is the aorist middle subjunctive, middle form, in order to comfort autos, the feminine plural pronoun referring to Mary and Martha, in order to comfort them, peri, preposition, concerning or about, to adelphu, the brother of them. The fact that there were many who were called by John Jews who had come to comfort them suggests that the family that is subject of this extension of comfort would have been a somewhat prominent family, and probably a family with some wealth, because if they were simply destitute, it's hardly imaginable that this kind of interest or comfort would have been extended to them, which of course is a definitive argument against the idea that the Lazarus that's mentioned by Jesus in the parable of the rich man and Lazarus is to be identified with the Lazarus who is mentioned in this particular story, although that, of course, is a somewhat different conversation. But in any event, many had come out. They were there. You get the impression there was quite a crowd that had gathered. They were extending comfort to these poor women who had suffered the loss of their brother. And now, of course, this stands as the precursor to the story that's about to be told.